Welcome scumbags and scumbags to be. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. This is going to be basically a playthrough on how to start up on SCUM. I understand there's a lot of people right now wondering if they should start it and what they want to do and what they should do if they do start. So I'm going to give you from my perspective the best way to start out on the game and how to get a real good foot in. I always build a PvP character. That's what I like to do. So if that's something that you'd be interested in, then definitely stick by and watch. I'm going to take you through character customization, how to get started, how to manage your fame points, how to spawn, and how to get loot to start killing other players or to get a good base down. So first things first, we want to pick our server. I'm going to be playing on my server. I like my server and I built it to the way I wanted it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on it, start a new character. Don't really care about my progress. You can name your character anything you want. What I recommend is age 34. This gives you good balance skills up here. Take this down to 3.5 or as close as you can get. This up, penis size as small as you can go. Take this all the way to 4. Get this up to here. And then like that. So we should be now 4, 3.5. This is what I think is perfect. I'm going to have my tats on. This is completely up to you. Doesn't matter. Then we're going to have our skill high on rifles and then the rest on melee weapons, running up but endurance higher. Then I'm going to have stealth all the way up. This is really important when crouching from other players, mechs and puppets. And then I'm going to put the rest of my skills evenly on driving and thievery. I'm going to have my awareness high and then my camouflage high too, and then just balance those two out in between. This is what I build. You don't have to build this, you can put skills in other places, but this is just what I do. We're going to create and then press OK. So, first things first, we've spawned in a pretty shit area. Well, I think it's pretty shit anyway. I like to be either in the city between D4, D3, C4, C3, or I like to be in B3, or I like to be in B2. They're the only real places I like to hang around with, so I am going to show you how to spawn somewhere else basically. I see a lot of people just use a random respawn and end up getting themselves in debt. We don't want to do that. We want to have some type of power in where we spawn. So we're going to craft a knife by searching rocks on the ground. As you can see, I've got 2 small stones. Go in my crafting and I'm going to click on stone knife and craft. This is what I'm doing right here. I'm then going to go in my inventory, go into my vicinity, pick up my stone knife and put it in my hands. Then I'm going to cut down bushes for the next 10 minutes. This will give me 50 fame points and I can suicide and pick the sector I would like to spawn in. This is on my server, so this is a 3x loot, increased puppets, no bot system, no kits. It's pretty much vanilla. I've just made it a little bit more difficult with the puppets and turned up the loot slightly. There are some houses down there, so if you did want to spawn somewhere, what I recommend you do is head towards the little orange dots everywhere. Those are towns, bunkers, and you can get some food, maybe some clothes, get yourself started up. But if you're like me, I don't want to be here, there's going to be no players here, and I want to be where the action is, then keep chopping down bushes until you hit 50 fame points. It doesn't take that long. It takes maybe about 5 minutes, 6 minutes. So I just recorded all of this, basically what I just did for 20 minutes, and I had no sound. So here we are again. At least I've had a good run. I'm basically going to go back to where I was, and because I know that it's safe to get in there because I've just done it, and you know I had some loot on me. So some trees you can cut down if they're a little bit skinnier than the others. Like we can cut down this one with our stone knife, and this is what I'll do. Takes a little bit longer, but we still get some fame points from it, and that is what's important, is just trying to get somewhere else. As you can see, my knife has destroyed, so we're just going to search the ground again till we get 2 small stones. Here we go. Go into our crafting menu, click stone knife and craft. Make sure that when you're done crafting, go into your inventory, into your vicinity, and you want to pick up your small knife and place it into your hands by dragging and then cut. This part of the map usually is quite quiet. There's not much point of interest up in this part of the map. Everything that does have interest is down in B1, B2, B3, and obviously D4, D3, C3, and then down in A4 bottom left. But those places I pointed out are the main PvP sections, considering it has the highest tier loot areas. This is a safe zone, by the way. So here, you can be safe in here and you can't get shot and you can't shoot anyone else. Right, 50 fame points, escape, commit suicide. We do want to commit suicide. We're going to pull the BCU out the back of our head. Head's going to explode, obviously, and then we are going to wait for our sector spawn to highlight. As you can see, it does have a loading bar that goes around it. Click on it and we're going to pick D3. Here we are. We've spawned pretty close to where I want to be. First things first, take off your inmate clothing. It is basically a massive target that says, please shoot me. Right, let's run towards... I don't have a compass because my survival skill is set low, so I can cut down bushes and get fame points. So I'm going to run towards the bunker again. Obviously, you can head wherever you want. I'm just going to head to somewhere where I think I might be able to get some loot to then be able to kill a player. I'm also going to show you how you can lock a door and put a lock on it so that you can secure yourself and keep yourself safe. Is that a puppet? That is a puppet. Usually you can outrun puppets if you do annoy them, so I'd recommend just keep on running. Let's lay down. Now our stamina's back up, we're going to get back up and continue running. Now before we get in there, we are going to make some spears because there are puppets in there. There are suicide puppets that we do want to not get into too much trouble with. So we're going to stop around about here is perfect. We're going to search for some rocks just like we did before. We're going to go into our crafting, we're going to make another stone knife. This is just going to keep us a little bit more protected. On the run I did just before where I stupidly didn't have any sound on, we did kill a few puppets and run away from the suicide one. Let's chop down this bush and perhaps the ones around it if we need to. Now we've chopped it down, we want to go to crafting and we're going to make an improvised wooden spear. Put the spear on our back, another spear, I'm going to make one more. Let's pick up our wooden spear and head into the bunker. I don't usually hang around bunkers too much just because the risk of suicide puppets is pretty high and dying to the mechs. There are players on this server, so you know we need to be somewhat careful. We want to go and get on the other side. I'm going to take this slow. Now before we go in the bunker, it is really, really important that we have full stamina so we're able to run away from the mech or a suicide puppet if need be. So I say just before you get into the vicinity of a mech or the puppets, we want to lay down. So let's get up, go into a crouch. You won't get hurt as much if you do so. Now we do know from my last playthrough that I didn't record no sound on, that there is a hole in the fence here. Now the mech is walking away from me, I'm going to use this opportunity to run and get in the spot I want to be in. I'm going to sit just here and I'm going to prone and move along like so. Now I know from the last playthrough that I did, I've got 20 seconds from the point when he turns around in front of me to get basically inside of the bunker. That is plenty enough time and I'm going to show you how to do this. At no point do we want to be sprinting around the mech. It will be able to hear us, so we want to stay in a crouch and a slow walk. This is really vital. We don't want to get shot, and triggering the mech can alert other players that you're here. Puppets don't trigger the mechs. The only people that can is us. So we're going to sit up now. We're going to jump over. As you can see, you can walk pretty close to the mechs if you're walking nice and slow. We're going to pick it up to a jog. And then I'm going to pick it up to a sprint here. We're going to open the doors, get on the other side of the door here so we can't get spotted by the mech on these way down, and close it again. We're going to take this door by door like we did last time, even though you didn't see that. Just in case there is a puppet that we need to hide from. We want to hear out for beats, that's a suicide puppet, and we want to make sure that we're about to have a door in between me and the puppet. I'm not sure if loot would have respawned, but we're going to check anyway. So far, no puppets. There are my shoes from last time. Perfect, we've got a knife here. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to drop my spear and pick up my knife. As you can see from my hotbar, I can still use my spears if I want to. I'll just have to press 1 or 2. We go into here. There's my spear from last time, but we're going to pick up this backpack. We're going to put our knife in here. If you press Control and mouse wheel, we can change the position of the knife in our inventory. Pick up my old spear and we're going to loot in here. In here we can get bandages and other things that we might need. We've got some food here. Our character is starving, as you can see by our little hunger thing down there. We're going to eat this bar of food like so. Now what's really important, I know this tab looks overwhelming, but it's really not. See down the bottom right here we have stomach volume and intestine volume. We want to make sure this really doesn't go above 65%. Just keep an eye on that when you're eating or drinking. If it does go over 65%, you are at risk of shitting yourself or puking up, so try not to do that. The loot in the offices is usually pretty shit, so don't worry too much if you're not finding anything. Search the food things here. We've got some Coca-Cola, which is wonderful, we need that. And we've got a meat snack. An AK sim for you, perfect. So let's drop a spear and put this in here. If you're running around in here, you can trigger the puppets upstairs, which can be quite annoying for wanting to hear things, and obviously other players will be able to see. This is another exit here of the bunker. I don't really recommend using the ladders. They're quite difficult to time. I don't know where this puppet is, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to close this door. Check that this hatch is closed, which it is, and we're perfectly fine down here. There he goes. Hearing those doors open are a real big giveaway on being able to tell if another player's coming in. Obviously, if I would recommend, if you do get a gun, to weapon bash by middle mouse button. There is obviously puppets that have just spawned in here with us, which is a little bit inconvenient, but this is fine. We can deal with this. What we'll do is we'll run in here and close the door behind us. Now we've only got one to deal with at a time. This makes it so much easier. Right. Now I know there's more puppets in here, so I'm just going to get this door closed. These big puppets take a while to kill. Slow down the sprint and just mouse bash. Doing it this way, we can regain stamina and we can time hitting the puppet. You can sidestep the swipes, and the knockbacks of the gun will stop the puppet from attacking. There we go. I'm going to search these... Oh, wrong button. I'm going to search this large puppet just because sometimes they can drop some pretty good stuff. So we've got some Car 98 stuff and a tactical jacket. I'm going to pick up this tactical jacket because I'll be able to fix this. Pick up the bullets. We've got Deagle 357 mag here. We don't have any Deagle 357 ammo, but I'm going to bring it with us anyway. I'm going to eat this snack on our inventory to get some room and pick it up. In here is the medical rooms. This is good for finding bandages, and we do need a bandage at the moment. We are bleeding. Once you take damage, you are instantly bleeding, so you'll need to bandage basically. So as soon as you take any sort of damage, you will need to bandage. I'm going to come back in here. I'm going to open these doors. Now I have to time this so that we don't trigger the mech when we leave. I recommend coming in first person mode, opening the doors, and we just wait for a second. So what we want to do is once he starts his trek back up the track, that's when we want to leave. Now, I say sprint straight away. Doesn't matter if you trigger a puppet, head straight out the back. The mech starts shooting, bob and weave, and get going. That is my advice on the best way to loot a bunker. And now we're going to head down to that town there in D3. As you can see, we're pretty camouflaged now. And because our camouflage skill is high, if we sit in the bush, apart from it obviously making noise, players shouldn't be able to see us. See this puppet? Now, you can gain fame points from shooting a puppet in the leg because our pistol skill is low. And this is what we're going to do because I'm going to teach you how you lock up a base. So what we're going to do, we're going to lay down, regain our stamina, stand up, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go into my first person mode. I'm going to crouch here, and I'm going to shoot. I didn't expect it to kill it in one go. Apparently the Deagle 357 is overpowered. A little bit annoying. And now we need to leave the area. That is... Every time you shoot, you're basically letting people know exactly where you are, and I don't want that. I'm going to head up into the tree line and run away. We don't have a silencer, so we're getting our fame points up. We want to run about 200 fame points. It's a lot of fame points, but once you have a pistol and you have the bullets, you can gain it really quickly. You can make a bow and arrow, but it's tedious and it's hard to get puppets into a place to do it, but I will do that too, obviously, for you know, I've got to teach you how to do it. So character is complaining that we're hungry. If we come into the BCU monitor, we can see that our calorie balance is now in the minus. We always want that to be positive, otherwise we begin starving. As you can see, we're in starvation phase 0. Our physical injury that we had from being beaten up by the puppet, we were in phase 1, but we've treated it by our bandage. The menu is overwhelming, but there's only so much you really need to pay attention to. We need to pay attention to our stuff here, so our protein, carbs, water, sugar, fat, sodium, fibre, but eating generally gets most of these levels up. You may need to focus on protein and sugar. Obviously our vitamins here, most of them usually level themselves out, but vitamin D ends up being the lowest, and small orange mushrooms in the forest will cure that. And then obviously you want to pay attention to your stomach volume and intestine volume. Make sure that doesn't go over 65%, otherwise you will begin shitting, pissing, and throwing up. If you're injured, it will say phase 2. If it doesn't have treated next to it, it means it's still ongoing, so you need to bandage. Starvation's in phase 1, obviously, because we're not eating. I do have a meat snack, so let's eat that. Now, the players can be here. This is a town right next to the city, so we want to be taking it fairly quiet. We're going to chop down a bush and make a bow. Let's chop down this one here. That is a pig, don't be alarmed. Right, we're going to craft some tree bark rope. Then we're going to craft an improvised bow 20. If you have low survival skill or low archery skill, you'll only be able to craft a certain amount of bows and you won't be able to draw it back, so I'd recommend just making bow 20. Take the spear off our back, put the bow on. I'm going to make some arrows. Can't make an arrow at the moment because, as you can see, we need some wooden sticks. So if we chop our long sticks into small wooden sticks, we can make arrows. Everything in the menu tells you what you need, so it's not like you're going to be left in the dark about what you're missing, so I wouldn't worry. So you can see it gave us 4 wooden sticks. I'm going to chop all these long wooden sticks into small wooden sticks so we have enough arrows. Doing this obviously is going to give us points, but we need 200 points. That is what we would like in order to lock up a base and keep ourselves safe. So now we're going to craft. Now once we've already crafted this one thing, if we press Alt C, it then just crafts it and we don't need to go back in the menu. So let's make all these arrows. And because the restart was so soon, we'll be able to know if there's been players in this town if the doors are open. Every restart the doors close, so if we find the doors open then we know someone's been here since restart. It's a good way to determine whether you're safe or not. Now what we want to do is we want to make some room somewhere in our inventory for our arrows, and then we just want to double click the rest and it will stack onto here. We have 12 arrows. Let's head into town. I'm going to take out my gun just in case I bump into somebody. I always stay in first person mode. If you don't know much about this game, basically when in first person mode, like real life, if the player's not in your line of sight in first person mode, you will not see them in third person mode. So you can't look around corners by being in third person mode. If you cannot see it in first person mode, you won't see them at all. It's as simple as that. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to wander around this town and I'm going to find a puppet like so. I'm going to go trigger her and I'm going to jump over this fence and I'm going to jump into this window here, like that. She is now very angry on the other side. I'm going to draw back my arrow and shoot her in the leg. See my points going up? This is a real great way to get fame points if you didn't put anything into archery. It's okay if you just fired one out. Press spacebar, jump back out, pick up your arrows. And we're going to continue that process until we get to 200 fame points. We're already pretty close. I can hear another puppet. Ah, here we go. Here's one. So same thing as last time. Jump in a window, preferably of a building that doesn't have an opening on the other side. That's okay. Jump in a window. Here we go. So we jump in this one. Now she waits here patiently for us because she's so nice like that. And then she'll begin shouting the normal shout that they make when they're stuck. I'm gonna just switch from leg to leg. Sorry, love. Oh, whoops. Don't try and miss. 150 points, 157, 162, 168. Oh, right, I've run out of things. What you can do is literally jump back out, stand next to them, and you can gain them all again. So there are a few loopholes in this game, like so. Then once I've gained them all back out of her legs, I can jump back in and do it again. 179, 185, oh, 190, 196, 202, headshot. So that is all that we need at the moment. So we've got our 200 fame points. Now we need to find somewhere to live. I'm going to show you some sneaky places that are great to lock up. So this building right here is a bar. In this building here, you can lock up this small bathroom, one door. They can't climb through windows. So we hold on F and we claim for 100 fame points. Then if you hold on F again, you can buy a bronze lock like so for 100 fame points. And there you have it. You have your own base. No one can get in unless they lockpick it. They can't jump through any windows and you live in a bathroom. Congratulations. This is great. We now have somewhere safe to live. We have a gun. And you can get more fame points and then buy a better lock, so you can then get a silver or a gold. To make a box, you go into your crafting. You come down here and there's a wooden chest. You need some wooden planks and some rope. So we're going to craft this. We're going to place this here by our toilet in the corner. And we need to go and get some planks and some rope. So let's go do that. We're going to head over to the industrial part of this town. Or just head to garages and things. So let's head into here. Right now we're after rope and we're after a saw to chop down trees. Ah, rope. Exactly what we needed. Now we need something to chop down trees. If not, can't find it, we'll have to make our own axe. So, can't find one. This is fine. We're going to go into our crafting menu. Head up into this tree line here where there's everything that we need. And we're going to craft this improvised stone axe. We're going to have to use some of our rope, but that's fine. We can just make more rope. And we're going to need long wooden sticks and a small stone axe head. So, to make a small stone axe head, we need two stones. So, let's go and cut down a bush. So, a small stone axe head. We're going to craft it. Now we've got 2 stones. Now we've done that, we're going to make our stone axe. Like so. Then we're going to take our stone axe in our hand, head a little bit further up into the tree so we're safe, and we're going to cut down this tree. Now we've done that, we want to cut our big logs into wooden planks, and we know from earlier that our wooden chest is going to cost us 8 planks to build. So let's continue this. How many planks did we get here? 4, so let's chop up another one. We are going to need some more rope because we did spend some rope building this axe, but that's absolutely fine. We're going to go crafting, and we're going to make a bundle of wooden planks. Then we're going to go back over here where these sticks are, and I'm going to make some more tree bark rope. I'm going to need this for my boxes. Now we've got that, that makes 50. We're going to come over here back to our wooden planks. I'm going to pick one up in my hands, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a way to basically drag them along. So we're going to drag them down like this. Oh, and obviously it's a little bit difficult when there's other stuff on the floor, so you just got to be persistent with it. Maybe take it a little bit slower as you're getting used to it. Slow your sprint down. There we go, we're going to walk. This is a lot easier, and we can basically do this and walk along, and we can bring them with us. Yeah, here we go, we made it home. As you can see, it can be quite annoying trying to move this shit around. That'd be easier literally just to... There we go. So now it's all in here. Put all our planks in here. Oh, we're going to uncraft our planks. So let's uncraft them all. I say fill the box up with the planks as you're going, so you don't lose any. Done, and now we have our very own wooden chest here, and we can put our stuff away to keep it safe. So we can put all the things away that we're not going to be using anytime soon, like so. And this is going to stay here, and it's going to stay there for 14 days, and then you can come up and maintain it, and that refreshes it. So as long as you make sure that you get more fame points to put more locks on this door, you can then make your home a little bit safer. You could then even expand, lock this door, which costs you a little bit more, so then you could build a base fortification like so, and place it, and you'll be able to, with some planks of wood, nails, and any of those weapons it's flicking through, you'll be able to build yourself a nice little base here, and you'll have a constant flow of food spawning, and drinks, and absinthe. And this is how you get yourself started in SCUM. It's pretty simple once you break it down, take it slowly, and don't try and push yourself into anything you're not ready for. I hope you enjoyed watching this, and it was a little bit more easier for you to understand how to get set up on SCUM. I am now going to continue playing on this character and stream on it and get the footage from that, so you'll be able to see how you then progress further into the game with PvP having a bigger base, and you know, I just wanted to show you that you can start off in this game solo. You just need to be careful about what you do and have patience. That is the #1 key. Thanks so much for watching. It's been a pleasure. I hope you have a good time on SCUM if you are playing, and if you're about to join us in the SCUM community, welcome. My Discord is open for any helps and tips that you may need. We are all really friendly and willing to help. If you want to watch SCUM daily, then come over to my Twitch channel. And if you want to see more, or you want tips on something in particular, let me know down below and I'll make a video for it. Thanks so much for watching, scumbags. I'll see you soon.